I need a quick word.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good.
She wants us paranoid, likely to make a mistake.
Exactly. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that.
Join me.
You'll need to free up your ranks a little first.
Take Karlak's place.
At your command.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look?
I love it.
Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now.
Join me.
I'd join you, but things are looking a tad crowded. You'll need to make room for me.
Gale could do with the rest.
Wonderful. I was beginning to feel a little left out.
Worm's Crossing.
Mate, it's your birthday. You
This place has been a haven.
Librarians
Less than welcome in the city proper.
Seems hard to imagine your efforts haven't always been appreciated.
A Harper does not go in for public acclaim. We work in shadow and secrecy. Tragically unacknowledged by the ungrateful herd.
Which means we're getting a real room.
Sounds familiar.
No one
Amicus
animae. Light on my feet.
Look, Sharesa's caress isn't just about wetting your whistles.
Butter! Oh, honey! Yes, we should stock up.
Honey is a luxury. We don't need to.
Actually,
Yes, darling, it's very leather
They
like.
want is up those stairs.
no.
And his
He
main
merely
room is
offers
beside
patronage.
the door.
The
Harpers
Gondians
are
built
waiting
the
too.
steel
You're
watch.
shopping for a suit.
Yes, but
You
they
know,
were
with my
Gortash's,
parents.
which makes him
Remember?
the inventor.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented?
Welcome to Danthilon's dancing axe. Our stock isn't used. It's tried and tested by the finest adventurers.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble...
You can turn off the charm, Entharl. She's with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key.
Pleased to meet you, Hopper and Thrall.
You seem a nice sort, so I'll assume the insult was accidental.
Entharl's no Harper. and claims no love for those who are. But he's been known to shelter us when we need it.
Entarl has been known to charge rent. Harpers have been known to ignore him. Now go on. The short father may send me an actual paying customer today.
Wait, I would like to take a look at your stock.
To buy? You're already my favorite. A pleasure. Jaheira needs more friends like you. Right, Sommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. God forbid we do any business today.
Hi, Harper. May Seluna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes. Hi, Harper. Standing beneath Seluna's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jaheira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Detect thoughts because I'm a little lost. Probe Geraldus's thoughts.
Jaheira will see through them. She must. She's fought doppelgangers before.
Geraldus is the only Harper here. The others are doppelgangers.
Yes!
The less subtle approach it is, then.
Oh, Jaheira. Orin promised you'd make for challenging prey, but then you brought an idiot along.
plenty of beer. Moist cut.
I won't give in. Have to keep going.
Death greets us all, but not today.
Let's end this.
Outmaneuver them. Espra.
I have something to ask.
Did I get it right?
Shaluna's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead. Evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult, High Harper. They're part of it. Ballists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rashomar. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said... that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! High Harper, please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper, when you could still live as anything else?
No one can make that choice for him, not even you, High Harper.
I want to fight. For Chelvin. For all of them. So it means something.
Death is death. To look for meaning in it is foolishness, boy. Childish storybook nonsense. Exactly the kind the Harper would spout, I suppose. Fine. I have no right to make the choice for you. Not when this mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult, without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today. First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low, and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here. Lauren knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves.
We're isolated. This is exactly what Orin wanted.
And I was so busy telling you not to take her bait that I scarcely felt the hook in my own mouth. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashomon?
The name is as familiar as Jaheira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
There isn't a Baldurian alive who does not know that name.
But few know of his fate, I think. I had hoped to keep it that way. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die.
What happened?
Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
I'm sorry, Jaheira. That is a cruel choice to have to make.
The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either.
Then let's find him.
As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
What's inside? Let's see.
If any of us would be so fortunate, imagine seeing your watch for the first time.
Yes, darling, it's very leather-like.
See one of them in a fight.
My mother and father.
One day I'll catch a break.
Invented the steel watch. This leather armor is speedy.
Darling.
How about we
Dinner with my...
What, by the Morden Sammel's curlies, went on down there?
Our harpers turned out to be shapeshifter assassins.
Of course! Of course they bloody did. Clear out then. I'm guessing I have some tidying to do before the steel watch squeals by.
That's it? No more questions asked?
Plenty. But I'll bend Jahira's pointy old ears when all of this is done. She'll owe me a whole cask of drinks by then.
Did you get to look at their gyrometics? Or their targeting modules?
let the man breathe? That watcher sent him flying.
And itching on this leather armor is... Did you see how far that watcher threw me?
Yes, darling, it's very leather-like.
Two maidens and a bachelor clawing at my...
If they make you feel better, then fine.
We need at least a double bed.
How about the flop house? It has plenty of spare beds.
Great! We can run with 10 other people, and none of them has to be...
Outraged. Scraps for days. Did you try that raspberry recipe I gave you?
I don't care how big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
It's another 10 day on the road. They'll figure something out.
Give them a piece of your mind, pieces of your body will be washing up in grey harbors. Mark my words.
There's more than one way to skin it. What's the harm in one night? Think of it.
He wants to teach the refugees a lesson, right?
Be most pleasing to sleep in the
How many red caps are in a handful?
Enough to clean Crimson's cage, but not enough to organize the wine. Cheap and cheerful.
It's up there and we're down for hire.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
You've been saying that for days. My feet hurt.
I know, little one, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
Think about it. They're stuck here with no coin.
Realize the Redcaps had escaped.
Paramidius, one of our red-cap cleaners, alerted me. Well, he threw a rock at me and said, "Ah!" All this kerfuffle over missing redcaps. Yes, we'd caged them due to unruly behavior, but as our redcap cleaners demonstrate, most are perfectly harmless.
Why were these particular redcaps caged?
We had an unfortunate incident involving a child.
Not a chance. Your mother will kill me.
Let the kid come. He wants from the Velvet team's right?
Armor, blade. You look like you need to clean off the road dirt. Almost as much as I do. No good ends with hot water in a tub on this side of the crossing, though. What's the rush, Sob? Can't we stay here for a bit?
Why is we getting trouble?
Don't have the strength to face another 10 day on the road.
Why if we get caught? What do you remember? Eye color, hairstyle, accent, anything.
Keep your gold close and your wits about you.
This whole situation stinks.
Try that rye bread recipe I gave
Guild
you.
robbers are usually decent enough. They take your gold, but they leave your rings intact.
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt blank page material. Nothing to do with his death. I swear it.
Great headline.
Want somewhere warm and safe.
You are safe, my love. I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Look at you. I'm exhausted. You've been crying all nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
We can't rely on the Harpers. Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now.
You mentioned Shar followers might be watching for us. You think we can use them to track down your parents?
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
What should we be looking for?
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Thinking.
Here. You haven't even got inside.
Set your worries
sure?
at ease.
The neighbours said they had 15.
The neighbours are talking out their asses.
Invented the steel watch. This armor was
Is it the earth beneath that crunches, or the bones within?
Yes, but they were Gortish, which makes him the inventor.
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortish?
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worm's Rock's closed for the day.
Investigator for Valeria needs me in the lower city. A serial killer is on the loose.
Valeria? Well, I'm not messing about with a murder inquiry for damn sure. Straight ahead across the bridge. A blind ogre couldn't miss it.
Father, watch it through me.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorm. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city.
The city will never be yours.
It already is. Granted, there are a few formalities to complete, but, well, why don't you come and see? Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Ages, and we're still here. What are they waiting for?
I spoke to a
I
witness.
don't know, dear. I don't know. All we can do is be patient.
Mistake. Probably a drunk.
Better. I almost.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
Ah, they're harmless. Except if you're a criminal, of course.
Fiskiness. We broke down the door because it...
Look at you. Judging you.
What happens next is out of our hands.
Don't like it.
You'll not be
Lord
afraid to
Gortash
like it.
is expecting
If
you.
I focus
Please
on my
make
own
your
job.
way to the audience. Lord Gortash is expecting you.
If it isn't little Will's chums. I hope he hasn't been too much trouble. Heard about his father. The Dead Three's puppet. A travesty, really. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Gortash as Archduke. A splendid shindig, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after. And bring the pup along, if you can. I'd hate for him to miss the fun.
The hell if it weren't for him. Have you seen the tieflings at the Southgate?
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin?
Baldur's Gate was a safe refuge when I left it. This must be Gortash's doing.
As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
I'd like you to join me.
I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space for me to squeeze in.
Swap out with Jaheira.
Ready and willing.
Gortash is expecting you.
Army won't be causing trouble.
Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city.
Point taken. I'll keep things peaceful.
The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation, citizen.
Dearest Patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, what a moment. The Blade of Frontiers graces our halls, and he's wearing his devilish best.
My father. He's here.
My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorms, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Why is the crown failing?
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. The Crown's magic turned the brain into something the world has never seen. A nether brain. Its power is immense. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again.
I'm not interested in bargaining with the likes of you.
The likes of you stand to benefit from the likes of me. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her.
If she wants my blood, she'll have to find me first.
Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth.
It's going to take a lot to make me trust you.
I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my Steel Watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together, we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect expect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
An ally could be useful, at least for now. And when he's no longer useful, well, we can dispose of him then.
As allies, it seems none of you can be trusted. You, Orin, Ketheric.
So Ketheric was ready to betray our alliance too. I can't say it comes as a surprise. But you should know this. I initiated this plot. I brought Ketheric and Orin together to create the Absolute. They knew this would only work if we stood united and coordinated our powers. Their ambition blinded them to reason. I don't suffer the same affliction. In short, you can trust me.
I will defeat Orin, and we shall be allies. You shall have my oath.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane. I, Lord Enver Gortash, swear I shall do you no harm. We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun. Let me demonstrate why you made the right choice. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
How am I supposed to find Orin if she can change her form so easily?
Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies.
Surely your steel watch can handle Orin. Why do you need me?
Orin is elusive, shall we say. The grip of the steel watch may be tight, but sand still slips through its fingers. Some conflicts are best resolved quietly. The people are cattle, obedient until panicked. You carry the stone plucked from Merkel's chosen. Besides, I'm not ready to call you enemy. At least not yet.
I must go.
Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
All right.
Then we proceed. The Patriarchs await. Distinguished Dukes, Patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent?
I'm going to nod.
Enver Gortash, The Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls quiet.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Gortash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn.
By the gods, what have they made of the city's great hero?
What is a hero, if not an actor for the greater good? Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. Gortash and I will ignite the final spark, and that, true soul, is the greatest of goods.
No. This isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
I'm going to call on my tadpole and explore Ravengard's uncertainty.
First comes a vision of terror, the city of Baldur's Gate taken by lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace. The true Ravengard lurks somewhere in this infected mind, seeking freedom, seeking victory.
Have we finished then?
I'm here to help you. Floric sent me.
Help me? Ah, the Black Widow caught you in her web. Floric chose shadow over light. Her betrayal burned deeper than the fires of Avernus. She's been punished for her lies. Don't let her get to you.
When he says punished, do you think he means locked up or brutally murdered?
I'm going to connect with Ravengard's parasite to seek information about Floric.
Within Ravengard's memories, you find Councillor Floric. She is confined in a cell right here in Worm's Rock.
The sun rises, true soul. Are you ready?
I'm gonna leave now.
Incredible. To hear my father's voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. But there's still a glimmer of him in there, calling for release. I feel it. I know it. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
Did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Gortash has had your father relocated.
Already? I thought Gortash would want to keep him around.
I'm just an impartial observer. This is Gortash's game. A murderous one, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
Missoura's up to no good, that's for certain.
Certainly not. But she's as inevitable as Toril's path around the sun. We'll have answers soon enough. Mizora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to. The city fell under Gortash's charms without him casting nary a spell.
Well, most people are idiots, Will. You can lure them into a dragon's maw if you promise a bag of sweets.
The people aren't stupid, Astarion. They're scared. Gortash provoked a damned war, and then promised them safety.
Safety, sweets, it's the same principle.
Something's not right about those steel watchers. I'm telling you.
Ah, they're out. Except if you're a criminal, of course.
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Sold in imprisonment and, if necessary...
Let's rehearse this one more time. Pretend I'm a fist and tell me what you were doing in the house.
It won't happen, I swear.
A question for our master monster hunter. How would you approach killing a vampire?
A full-on vamp, you mean? Lure it into the sun, drive a stake through its heart. And that's not the end of it. The suckers are wily. No offense.
Patronage. The Gondians built this deal.
Wiliness keeps me alive.
Yes, but they were
More.
What does it feel like?
In a word,
Well, I'm not going inside.
we are not staying in a brothel.
Listen, it's got private rooms,
You know,
music,
I'm
and
starting to
all-round
remember
pleasant
that Worm's
folks,
Crossing has a
from
bit of
what
a
I've-
reputation, doesn't it?
And if a patron
Tad mercenary,
confuses me for a member
tad
of
sordid.
staff,
I'd
Anything
probably
and
break
anyone
his
for a
nose.
price.
Good boy.
Nah, but to little harm. Shouldn't we all be allowed to stoke a few fires from time to time?
why does Bronze Crossing
You
have
sound like you're speaking from experience, Will. Perhaps you'll have to give me a tour, refresh my memory.
A I'm afraid you'd find my own stories rather tight-laced, Shadowheart. I was never one to sow my wild oats.
Fascinating. Scraps for days. Logs on payout.
Nearly there now. See the city. Up on the hill.
See it. It's up there and we're down here.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
And I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You're coddling these vagabonds and don't give a rat's arse about honest citizens.
Have you wondered what
Young lady,
people say
Shadowheart.
when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
The gods, truly, this is passion and modesty, dear.
You're no sauce. I put my money on Christine.
What are we going to do in the city?
Christine is pretty fun. But can't she help out a bit more?
Or even at all.
Now, mind your toes. Leave Christine. Just a little thing, Dave, Scotty.
Have you found some place we can wash our clothes yet?
To take down trash. So don't make trouble. So, Starry, which of us would you rather feed on if you had free reign?
Ah, Will, no question. He's strong, fast, and righteous. I'm salivating already.
Interesting.
And I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You sound
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight.
You're Sharian, aren't you? From Shadowheart's cloister?
There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I'm going to let Shadowheart handle it.
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
Killed a few giant bats in my day, story, but never hunted a vampire.
And I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
Just to remind you, I'm merely a spawn. It won't count.
That's why we need to
But if you want a true vampire, I'm happy to recommend one.
I know, little one, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
And you have
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Just what are you up to?
I come to bargain. The hells demand witness.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
What are you proposing?
A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice. Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will. Silence, Karlak!
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
What will happen to Will's powers if he breaks the pact?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
Break the pact, Will. You deserve your freedom.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
You are your own man now, Will. It's better this way.
I have to believe that. I'm not the Hell's puppet in life, nor its warrior in death. The blade will be guiding his own hand. But freedom will be paid in my father's blood. Tomorrow, I celebrate my gain. Today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
Your father's not dead yet, Will. Maybe there's a way to save him.
I signed his life away before the Hell's Witnesses. It would be easier to drink the Styx down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
What's our next step, then?
We obtain the final 2 Netherstones and take back our minds. And the city. From the brain.
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
You can feed on me tonight if you'd like.
Then I'll see your delicious self tonight.
All's well that ends as bad as it could have. Is that blood?
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pack, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Join me, will you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for?
You can trade places with Will.
Wonderful. Lead on, then.
Nearly there now. You can see it?
On my way.
Entering Baldur's Gate proper. Smuggling or any other form of deceit will not to be tolerated.
So, do you have loves waiting for you once this is all over?
You know what? That is not the easiest of questions for me to answer.
You mean just waiting? Like a lovesick puppy? Short-term amusements are much less hassle.
That felt great. You're very welcome, sir.
The land is sick, and so are its people. We must cleanse these. Faerun's impotent goblins have failed.
The Upsong Tavern. I wonder if my old things are still there. They could be of use to me.
You seem to know a good deal about our condition, Gabe.
Everything, really. Not to put too fine a point on it.
A humble specimen, aren't you?
On occasion.
All right.
Hey, smart stuff. I'm Willoughby, the comedian. And we got a little contest here called the Laugh Riot. You want to play along?
I'll bite. What's this laugh riot?
It's all about the Boffoyoks. We see who can tell the funniest stories, and the winner gets the prize.
All right, you're on. It's gotta be better than killing rats.
Great! I'll go first to show you how it's done, and then you can see if you can top me. Hello, Baldurians! You know, I wouldn't be here tonight, except my wife ran off with a cambium. That's right, I got fiend zoned. We used to have a drow comedian. I had to ask her to stop casting Tasha's hideous laughter on the audience. Then I asked her how many drow it takes to light a torch, and she said, none. We have dark vision. So I killed her.
The Elf Song patrons think that one's funny. There may be hope for you yet.
Your turn, smart stuff. Knock 'em dead, but not literally. Got me?
Say, what's the difference between a dwarf and a boulette? You can't toss the boulette?
Adequate, but no better.
I asked a zombie reanimator out on a date, but she said she wasn't interested in neck romance.
Didn't I tell this joke already?
Dead 3, am I right? What losers. You know why Bane worshippers will never conquer the world? They don't have the balls.
Don't joke about religion, smart stuff.
A single person applauds from the back of the room, probably out of pity.
Sorry, smart stuff. No joy for you, I'm afraid. But that sounds like job security for me.
You have my attention. By all means.
Another triumph. Yes, indeedy. I'm still the comedy king. What you get if you cross an owl bear with a bugbear?
Never a dull. Still no symptoms.
No sign yet.
I'm saying, for a knot of worry in my stomach that's in no rush to go away.
That I can relate to.
What's up the discussion?
Damn rats. Oi, you! I thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this cellar yesterday already. Hop to it! Get in there!
The rats are unimportant. Your name is on a list of murder targets. You need to hide.
No. I need them rats taken care of. Here's the deal. I'll keep a lookout for murderers. You murder the rats! Stop the sturge fricassee.
Hello, servant ape. Would you kill those rats, please? Their presence vexes me.
Archduke, Your Excellence, Your Eminence.
Oh, look, Tambourine. A servant comes to help us. Kill those rats, would you? When they're dead, the other servants will feed us.
I'll give it a shot.
The cellars are just down the stairs. I'll find my own lodgings.
They won't expect this. Time to move.
Come on, can't stay idle. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Let's finish this. Got to press on.
Time to kill.
Getting close. The wine cellar. There's a hidden door that leads further in. The mechanism to open it is somewhere among the wine barrels.
Never wanted the easy path. Let's see what this does.
That might be worth a look.
The psionic detector's been activated. There must be Gith hostiles nearby.
found us. Get rid of them, quickly!
I applaud your taste.
Trust no one. One step at a time.
What a pleasant surprise. Here you are, as brazen as described. The traitor who would steal from our queen. Of course you had help, didn't you? From the illithid you carry inside the astral prism. How quaint that we should meet here, in the very place that it once called home. We know all about the Emperor and its dealings with you. Though I must confess, its peculiar relationship with you threw us off course for a while. Most illithids prefer to dominate their thralls through transformation. Yet here you stand, untransformed. Tell me, what did it offer you in exchange for your servitude?
The promise of defeating the Elder Brain.
And you would trust an illithid to do such a thing? You have fallen prey to its manipulation. Your story ends here. We will reclaim the astral prism, purge it of the illithid interloper, and restore it to our queen.
You should know the Emperor is not the only occupant of the astral prism.
What are you doing?
My dear child, I already know all there is to know. I will liberate you from your puppet master, Chamazala Blackith!
All right, what now? No one stopped me yet. These boots have seen everything.
On the move.
The witching hour. Rook to Queen 6.
Where do I go from here? Time to press ahead.
There's blood in the air. With finesse.
For the queen!
Et alibi. Et alibi.
Survival is all that matters.
Shall we dance?
Tormented!
Talk to me.
On my way.
Still on my feet.
This is good.
Tormented!
Can't afford to let up.
Still breathing, despite everything. Light on my feet.
I'm ready.
Ready. Can't give up. Confucio.
Outflank, outsmart.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Need to find a way forward.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Blackhead is relentless. You handled it well. Let us hope she exhausts her forces soon.
Off we go then.
At least things have stayed interesting. What's in here? Moving ahead.
That's curious.
My old home. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact. Perhaps even useful to you.
What's that?
My old sword. My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it. My old wardrobe. The home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be, and so appearances matter.
Something over there.
The chains I use to buy my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could. An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me now.
What's that?
A recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine. When I had need of meals like that.
It's not safe here. It's too late for me, but not for you. Run, as fast as your legs can carry you.
First, tell me what you're doing down here.
The shapeshifter, Orin the Red. She seized me from our camp, bore me here to Baal's enclave. She slit my belly and filled her cup with my blood. A toast, she said, to her false god. She told me when her cup ran dry, she'd come for the rest of me. I'm done for. I will hold her off as long as I'm able. Run while you still can. Don't even think about fighting her. This foe is too powerful.
I will not run. I have no fear of Orin.
You'd underestimate Orin the Red. The last mistake you'll ever make.
Look at it, crawling and sniffing and rooting around in the filth. Is it my netherstone you seek, little piggy? Hush, hush. Orin will take care of you and your little pet.
Gortash warned me you'd try something like this.
Gortash, the little Lord of Darkness. I know him well. Yes, yes, and he knows me. Knows how my blades sculpt and carve this city. I could peel a fine pelt from the mutt I caught sniffing at your heels. Drag skin from flesh, from bone. I will not slice. Her kind die too easily.
The Murder Lord demands a better offering. Something new. Sticky, sweet, and delicious. He wants you.
So does everyone else, I'm afraid. He'll have to wait his turn.
The Murder Lord does not need permission to kill. You are dull. A blunt blade unfit to flay. But you could be sharpened, thin and jagged. Yes, I will tell you what to do.
How exactly do I sharpen myself?
Against the tyrant's throat, of course.
You've heard Gortash's whispers. I see how your skull swarms with his promises. He whinges and wails over the crown of Karsus, wanting to command it without me. Oh, how I long to slit his poxy smile from ear to ear. But I can't touch him. He bound my blade when we first conspired. Gortash didn't want me at first. Didn't trust me. Got me to wag my tongue, swear an oath never to hang him from the hooks. Drip drain him into father's open jaws. You must kill the tyrant. Take the Netherstone from his corpse and bring it to my temple.
There we slice and shred each other. The survivor claims the stones. What's left of the other is bars. Agree, and I will bring my assassins to heal. They watch you always, longing to spray the crimson from your veins. Refuse me, and you'll learn what happens to those who defy Baal's doctrine. So will your friend.
Orin demands a fight to the death. The prize for the victor, the Netherstones, and the chance to control the crown alone. Accept, and you must kill Gortash. Refuse, and your companion's life may be forfeit, as might your own. Orin's assassins will hunt you like prey for slaughter.
So you're stabbing your ally in the back, or rather asking me to.
Allies? No. We had a balance. The chosen three. But it tumbled when you turned the Bone Lord to ash. Now, Gortash tries to gouge me from the city. That festering inadequate thinks me a flesher, butchering and cleaving only to whip the herd towards his tin men's oppression. You must kill him. Gore him like a pig prepped for the spit. Only then will you be sweet and sharp, ready for the Murder Lord's purpose.
Swear no harm will come to Lae'zel, and I will kill Gortash. Then we fight for the final Netherstone.
Yes. Oh, yes. Kill the Banite, and I will keep my blade unblooded. Do not underestimate his steel watch. Seek their cradle in the lower city, and skewer their skull meat. Make them rust and blood. Then you can gore the lordling again and again and again. But listen close, Bone Killer. Step in my domain while the tyrant still sucks air, and I will carve your failure into your pretty plaything's skull. Bring me his stone, and I will set the bait free. Only then can you and I make exquisite butchery. The victor will set the world to slaughter. That is Baal's offer. He will not make another.
Seems simple enough. No traps, please. Something over there.
There she is, in all her glory. Jubelin Stelmane, my old partner. My cutlery set. A gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still.
Something over there.
A shell. A keepsake from my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
heard.
You kill the rats, yes? I heard commotion in the cellar. Good. Perfect. Here, you take this. And do not worry. Chef Revere's eyes will be kept most peeled for murderous knaves.
Yeah, the servant ape. Hello again.
Back again? We're trying to relax here. Kill those rats, would you? When they're dead, the other servants will feed us.
Are the gods truly this petty?
Hold up, citizen. This is a crime scene. No admittance.
Stelmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Bollocks! I told those idiots not to let anyone through. You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good.
Are you Devella? Valeria sent me.
To fetch her another bottle of mead, no doubt. Yes, I'm Devella, the unfortunate colleague. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her.
I'm going to tell her about the murder target list I found.
Gods. That's it. Proof that I was right. I've been working on an assignment, see? A research project of sorts. I knew my conclusions were sound. But this... I never expected this. I'll tell you what I know. A century ago, there was a man. Saravok Anchev. He was a child of the god of murder, Baal. He ruled the Iron Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret. It was the front for a deadly arms-dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed. And to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthal. For most, that was the end of it. But cults like that don't disappear overnight. That list you spoke of confirms I'm right. The Baal cult is back. And someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work.
Baal has a new chosen in Baldur's Gate. Orin. I suspect she's behind this.
God save us all if you're right. But I believe it. Whoever it is, they're intimately familiar with Saravok's work. The brutality of the killings is on a par with Saravok's own. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reverence to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me, I've asked them. I tried to explain all this to my superiors, but they wouldn't have any of it.
They told me to drop it. Told me the city doesn't need another conspiracy theorist and to get back to doing my job before they find someone else to do it for me. But you're not bound by such constraints. Oh, help me out here. Help the city out. I bet if you follow the trail of these murders, you'll be able to unearth the truth of this resurgence.
What about the other victims on the list? The ones who are still alive?
There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oathbound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them?
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the Patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck.
Blooded ring. Guess the killer didn't want jewelry.
What you get if you cross an owl bear with a bugbear? And so are its people. We must cleanse them.
Anything interesting in today's broadsheet, Carrie?
We grasp the net. We embrace.
I wonder if any of these rooms are available to rent.
Something over there.
It's you! Look at us! We made it to the city! We made it to the Elf Song Tavern!
I'm glad to see you safe, Althera.
And are you? Never thought I'd live to perform for the greatest audience in the realms. The entirety of Baldur's Gate. But you... I have a bone to pick with you, oh brave adventurer.
Oh dear, am I in trouble?
Big trouble. The most trouble you've ever been in. I've decided I'm not going to perform in the Elf Song. Mainly because only the Elf Song itself is allowed to perform. I'm going to open up a school of bards. The best in the realms. To usher in a new age of magic and musicianship. And it's because of you that I dare to dream big enough.
That's wonderful, Althera. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot. I wanted to tell you first because, well, you inspired me to do it. Here. My very first lute. Tuned to perfection. Thought you'd appreciate it when I'm rich and famous. Take care, my friend. Thank you for helping a bunch of ragtag tieflings in a druid's grove find their way home.
He's delivered, yes. These tax hikes are enough to make my eyes.
And all the gold who oppose your forces will burn in the all-consuming
Floric, former advisor to Duke Ravengard, has been found guilty of treacherous and seditious activity against the people of Baldur's Gate. She will be executed 5 days hence.
Standard procedure. Gortash just wants to make sure that there's no misinformation.
The truth is the truth. We trust our readers to make up their own minds.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's still watch? Well, I am so glad you asked, Edvard. No.
I'm going to play with the kitchen cats. I don't care what the law says.
Speaks well, that Gortash. Excellent.
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
Once Gortash clears off the cultists, he'll still have to clean them
Why, hello there. We were just about to try some of Master Metzley's delightful wines. Would you care to join us?
Oh, they do look ever so tasty.
Ah, Mrs. Highbury, I prefer to conduct tastings individually, so I may assess your palate.
Call me Cora, Master Metzley. And I'm afraid I must insist on their joining us. Wine's no good without company, after all.
Cora Highbury, your life is in danger. A serial killer is after you.
No. I must say, if this is a practical joke, it's not very amusing.
Why, a serial killer? Oh, that's terrible. Master Metzley, are you quite all right?
It was perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You have sullied it with knowledge, made it an unclean sacrifice. I will remember your face, and I will peel it from your skull should you interfere again.
My faith will protect me.
this is worth the cost.
Let's spill some blood. Yes.
Impero Tibi. Impero Tibi.
Got to keep fighting. Got to press on.
What now? Well, so much for peace. Seems like the best way.
Be quick.
Magtekoi. Impero Tibi. Torment.
Another fight. Let's go.
Shall we cut and run?
Impero Tibi. Impero Tibi.
Have to keep going.
The dance macabre.
fancy their chances.
Impero Tibi.
I'm ready.
He's delivered. Yeah.
Can't even catch my breath.
Let's turn someone inside out. Delicious. Don't linger.
On my honor.
Concentrate. Time to meet your maker.
Nothing will stand in my way. I'll strike you down. What to do?
Slice clean through still means milk.
I heard her.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Hello. Nice day for a walk.
Why, yes, Edvard. Can I call you Edvard? Well, Edvard,
A wizard's quite worthless with a tired mind. Sleep beckons. I would follow.
They say that home is where a person can be their truest selves, without guile, without pretense. You did well to see off the Githyanki who had invaded mine. And now that you have seen where I come from, you know all there is to know about me. At least, all that matters. The flavors of my favorite fiddlehead soup, should you wish to experience it for yourself. The very first reward I gifted myself on completion of my first adventure. The garments with which I concealed and later constructed my appearance as the Emperor. We spoke of my relationship with Duke Berlin Stilmane, a story I have told no one else. I have our secrets from you. No need to resort to subterfuge. We are true allies now, working towards a common goal.
You really don't sound like a mind flayer.
I have learned to adapt my methods to your needs. The only way we were ever going to get close enough to the brain to destroy it was by working together. But few would trust a mind flayer. So I did what I had to convince you. I studied you. Your motivations, your actions, your desires. I deduced the best way to align your goals with my own.
And what did you learn?
That you are complex and full of contradictions. It was no easy task, but I had to persist. I needed your absolute dedication to the cause. I anticipated the challenge, and I anticipated your resistance. What I didn't anticipate was how much I would enjoy your company, your mind. Sometimes, I felt almost like we were dancing our way towards something deeper.
Are you trying to flirt with me now?
Would you like that?
Perhaps?
The back of your mind warms with a rush of feeling, the Emperor's feeling. Heat, care, arousal.
Take its tentacle in your hand and invite it in.
You feel its breath merging into yours. Cold, smelling faintly of vanilla and garlic. Its breathing quickens as you pull in close to its face. Its excitement palpable. You pause a moment as a thought occurs to you. Where is a mind flayer's mouth? A memory stirs. Diagrams in a book you read long ago. A mind flayer's mouth is underneath the tentacles.
Would you mind parting those tentacles? He says I can make this easier for you.
I can make this easier for you if you like. My other form might be more familiar for you to navigate.
Please do.
Everything you ever dreamt of and more. The single greatest experience of your life.
Sorry. You didn't leave me much energy to spare to maintain appearances.
the tadpole allowed you to share more than you would have liked with your companions.
I said I'd protect you from the Absolute, not each other. And I was distracted. Don't worry. I'll make sure they don't remember a thing. Come. It's time to get dressed. We have work to do.
To business, then.
The Elder Brain's hive mind has grown to monstrous proportions. And through the Crown's magic, it has complete control over each and every member. It was intelligent before, but now, with its hive mind established across the city, it is well on its way to becoming indestructible. You should reconsider your attachment to your physical form. You have seen what an Illithid can do. You have experienced the pleasure for yourself. Imagine some of that could be in your grasp. Not enough to warp your appearance beyond recognition, but just enough to enhance your potential. It would make us even more compatible, as well as radically increasing our chances of success against the Elder Brain. Think on it.
You almost pity Orin, taking Lae'zel like that. Give her half a chance, and she'll rip out the shapeshifter's spine.
Lae'zel was a formidable addition to our party. Our odds without her are diminished. We should consider Orin's terms carefully, however distasteful we may find them.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into.
You forced Will to make an impossible choice.
Impossible? My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the return of Baldur's Gate's most beloved Duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes?
I don't get it. If Will isn't your warlock, why stick around and give him power?
The Absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
You left Karlach alone. Didn't you want her dead? What changed?
Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious.
What can you tell me about the Hells?
The 9 Hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first Hell my home, Avernus, my mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy.